Now, your money masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. We get the Dow right now up 59, NASDAQ up 25, S&P's up 8. You got gold down 3, silver's off 30 cents, platinum's down 9, bonds are flat at 142.22. You get King Dollar testing the lows, rejecting those lows. Yet you're another sign of strength on Friday.
Yes.
Bottom line, you're backing down with lighter volume, and Euro is out there at 132. So it's gonna, bottom line is that Greece is all set. They're gonna pay all. They're gonna pay. They're gonna pay all their bills. No doubt about it.
Not with their money. They're not though.
It's
newfound money.
It's still gonna be. Let's see. So they figure in the next 3 to 4 days. March 20th, folks, is the number. March 20th.
First date when they need to.
That's when they're gonna make the payment.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see this play out, going right into March, right into April, right into May.
Yeah,
I mean, this thing is not gonna stop.
What is crazy is the riots going on out there.
Yeah,
the riots, the destruction of property, and it's just that's going too far.
Well, they're making them go to work. They're not going to go to work, man. They're grooving, man. They're gonna tell the banks to go take a hike.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. They're not. They passed the austerity plan. That's how. So it shakes out like that. Now try to put it into place, folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the thing.
Well, and apparently they've got some elections coming up relatively soon.
Right.
And so the guy who's the front runner, if you will,
yes,
has said, well, just make sure if you sign something that we have the opportunity to renegotiate.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, basically, in essence, that's what he said. So.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Exactly.
Let's take a look at these markets. So we go over to gold first. You take a look at gold, folks. Okay, what we have out here with gold. Now, she had some conviction on the way down on Friday. She didn't hold the lower price. The lower price, you get down to that 1706. But you can see it did 178,000 contracts. So,
right.
How we can back into, you're at 1721. Once you get back into 1716, it's saying, okay, you're going to get into lower price here. The S&Ps, and I heard the show coming back from the Money Show on...
Yeah, now we heard that there were lines out the door and you were stopping traffic in I-4.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It was a good show?
It was a good show.
Because you've been to a lot of, you've been to most of those money shows over there, right?
Yes.
So what was like traffic like?
I can tell you this, folks. Go shot oil and the oil drillers and the...
Really?
So listen to this.
Okay.
This is pretty amazing, folks, okay? And I've been doing these for, oh my God, it's over 15 years now, right?
Yeah.
And... Okay, so check this out. This was just absolutely amazing. And this almost comes down to, and Barron's had 15,000, on the cover this week.
Okay.
On Saturday.
I didn't
Dow
see
15,000.
I didn't see that.
Well, with the Money Show, folks, what ends up happening, different years, you have a different flavor.
Yeah.
But what the Money Show used to be was that you'd have a good assortment of different sectors.
Yeah. As far as the vendors throughout the exposition hall.
As far as the vendors, right? Let's say there were, 15, 30 times 8. Let's say there were 240 vendors.
Okay.
Out of 240 vendors, 190 vendors, 180 vendors were...
From the oil sector?
From the oil sector.
Oh, my goodness.
I never seen anything like this in my life.
Oh, my goodness.
I was looking around, and I'm saying, you got to be kidding me.
Gold guys were gone?
Okay, so it was 190 oil guys.
Okay, and the other...
There were 15 gold guys.
Okay, all right.
And then there were TD Ameritrade, Fidelity.
Yeah.
Schwab wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then there were Valley was there. They had the whole South American contingent.
Okay.
See, they own the Money Show down in Brazil also. So
I see. Okay.
They suck these guys in. You wouldn't believe what they do. This blows my mind, actually. And these large companies go for it.
Yeah.
It's like they bring up 6 or 7 of these large companies, and they have these big pavilions. And there's no business.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that it's changed dramatically.
Yeah.
And that.
And how about attendance? Did you get a feel for because it opened on?
I was there right there when it opened,
okay,
right?
all right?
And the attendance was, I'd say, fairly good.
Okay, that's good.
It was good.
Yeah.
There was a good crowd there. The difference, of course, is that's a huge heads up, folks. What has also happened is that the dynamic, though, I can see the dynamic inside the shows have changed.
Yeah.
And that show, I don't think that show is going to have a lot of legs, because you can't just have one sector.
Right.
It just doesn't.
For sure.
And it was that dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely that dramatic.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It really is, man. I know. And so what was included in that were the oil pipelines. Everyone owned a piece of a pipeline.
Okay.
Everyone.
Right.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I mean, it was like, and I was looking at some of them, and it's anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. It really was. But I want to thank all the Tigers and Tigresses showing up at the Traders Press booth and saying hi.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so it was good. Market-wise out here, folks, bottom line.
I was telling people they needed to come over and give you a big bear hug. I mean, it was a perfect day for you to be out there.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Listen, man, I was going to get back on the plane this morning just because I know getting back on the plane, folks, market goes south.
Is that okay?
Oh yeah, I get on the plane, the market goes south.
So it's going to have to wait till we get out to Denver then.
Yeah, totally. That's right. And man, this is coming. What day is today? Today's Monday. So a week from tomorrow, folks, we're in Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
We're in Denver.
Yeah, at the Marriott Tech Center.
The Marriott Tech Center on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Spokane on Wednesday at the DoubleTree. And Thursday, we're at the Intercontinental in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then on March 3rd, we're going to be at the Boston Burlington Marriott.
Yeah.
So if you want to come to one of those Go Long America free workshops, folks, Steve and I are going to be out there.
It's going to be a
Go
great time.
to TFNN. You can sign up, and please don't sign up if you're not going to be there, because we know we're going to be
just from a space standpoint.
We're going to be tapped out, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But if you're going to be there, go sign up. So, market-wise this morning, this is going to be wild watching this shake out, because what should have happened did happen. You get the bump up.
Yep.
You get the DAX up, the FTSE's up. We open, and it can't hold price. So we get let's see. So you get the S&P. We certainly didn't have the volume on the way down. Well, it's interesting. See, the SPY had the volume.
It did.
The SPY is the only one that actually did have the volume.
That's right.
We did 167 million. It's going to need a lot more than that, too. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But that had some juice in it. The small caps sold off the hardest.
They did. They finally came. They came down to where the breakout was from February 2nd area.
Right.
And so I think that the taking a look at the small caps is a good place to be paying attention to, just as well as the Qs, because you've got the weakness and the strength, just to kind of get a feel for what's going on.
And the Qs and the S&P is all about Apple, and I'll tell you,
it's amazing.
Apple. Well, you know what? They can do it all they want, but you know what? This is going to be really weird. It's going to come down on Apple, man, and it's going to have to do with this Fair Labor Association. It's going to have to do with Foxconn. Okay. It's gonna, for all you Apple freaks out there, bottom line is that you get slave labor, you get problems, and Apple's gonna have problems.
Yeah,
they're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
They're gonna,
for sure.
And folks, this is not. I'm not saying to go short Apple. Apple's gonna have big problems, and the problem is gonna absolutely come down to, they have this beautiful,
especially when you've got the amount of profits that they're producing.
Well,
on top of, right?
And they have a beautiful product. It has nothing to do with the product. It has to do with slave labor.
Right.
Flat out. You cannot have ethically a company like that.
Yeah.
And bang.
Right.
People living, in squatter, and they want you. There's going to be a different ethical issue. They're going to go and say, hey, this is what they want. Well, bottom line, it doesn't matter. What matters is what is actually happening.
Yeah. And so the mere fact, let's say that they're taking advantage of real cheap labor.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Slave labor. Also producing, record profits.
Right.
Also doing that a little bit on the backs of the carriers.
Right.
Because of kind of the ultimatums in order to be able to carry their product. So, yeah, it can be a tough deal. And all that.
Yeah.
Depending on especially depending on how the media would play that out.
Listen, I don't like it. Bottom line is that, it might be out there, but it doesn't mean you have to support it.
Right.
And I know there's certain things that we do support over there, but bottom line is that, it's like, okay, don't, well, let's put it this way. Don't tell me that you're this la-di-da great deal and you're a great company ethically, because that's not a fact.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's a different subject than, what's happening.
Right.
There's no doubt about that.
Right.
If you weren't presenting yourself as the ultimate social company, and that's what I look at Apple as.
That's right. Okay. Yeah.
Then that'd be a different situation.
Yeah.
If you're just a hardcore capitalist, that's it. So who cares? Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what the perception is, what they say versus what they do, and it's going to be a big one.
Right.
Too. Right. So. Let's go to Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
It's the 2-for-1 show. Good morning, gentlemen.
What's happening, man?
Hey, brother. Sorry I missed you. I was in Orlando. I was last week, and I'm sitting in some meetings, and I'm like, man, I want to get to the money show. I want to get to the money show. Hurry this up. And just about the time we're about to wrap up, I'm thinking I'm going to get time to get over there. They're like, oh, just, one more question. I'm like, no more questions. Shut up. I got to go.
That's great.
But anyway, so sorry I missed you, Tom. One of the questions I wanted to ask, because I went long. I'm long in the UNG through the market insights, but I also took a long position on the natural gas contract.
Yes.
At 242. So here's my question. Given the strong correlation in between, let's say, for example, the dollar index and natural resources, whether it be gold, oil, things of that nature, how strong, given that the dollar wants higher price, how strong is the correlation between natural gas and the dollar?
It isn't.
It is? Really?
No, it isn't. Zero.
Okay.
Zero. The correlation, this is pretty cool, folks, okay, because I'm trading the natural gas contract quite a bit. And the correlation actually is when the market's going down, natural gas is going up.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's the correlation, man. It's interesting, man. Hey, you stay right there. This is I wasn't about to let that out just yet. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN, Steve Rhodes. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakouts gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective and maximize your returns. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's just wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We get the Dow right now up 39, NASDAQ up 16, S&Ps are up 5. We're talking with Dave from Clearwater, and we're talking about natural gas, the dollar. So, Dave, the correlation that I've seen is there's zero between the dollar and natural gas. You know, natural gas has got killed. What there is that every time, I think this is just a smaller one at this point. And what it is that when the market starts backing down, man, money goes into natural gas in 2 seconds.
You think it's just like a safety play, the same way that flies to treasuries?
I don't. Safety, to me, I don't use that word ever in the marketplace.
Well, safer, I should say.
Yeah, it just, it's not. That's not the correlation. The correlation is. Say, watch how this works, folks. What happens, and the reason I'm bringing up the safety play, don't go for any of that garbage, okay? What it has to do with is hundreds and thousands of traders just like us out here, all right? And what ends up happening is that you see one thing and you see it start to get moving, you say, oh, baby, just hit it.
That's right.
That's all it is hitting it. You're hitting it, you're moving it, end of story. Something else is going to be happening tomorrow. That's it. It's, safety, risk on, risk off. That's all BS, man. It's a risk on, risk off. That cracks me up, right? They're out of their minds, Anyway.
Gotcha.
Cooking,
you
brother.
guys got time for another question?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. I'll be real brief. Great Basin Gold, switching over to GVG for a minute.
Yeah.
Seems to be holding and testing the 96 with lighter volume. From a fundamental standpoint, because I know you know this stock upside, down, sideways to Sunday, technically as well as fundamentally speaking, is it safe to say that this is yet to be fully valued in terms of the mines that are coming online and getting up to full production?
The key is with Great Basin. So technically it's set up. Fundamentally, what they still have to do is get more gold out of the ore that's coming out of the body. That's what's going on. Cooking, brother.
Thanks, Tom.
Let's go to our man, Larry Pesavento. Larry, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I was listening to you and Steve talk about Apple, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but right before Mr. Jobs passed away, they were having, lookalikes in China. They were charging $5,000 for a Steve Jobs presentation. They had 3 different lookalikes, and they were doing them in different cities, and, people didn't catch on until after Mr. Jobs passed away. And also, Tom, there are fake Apple stores in some of the malls in China where they, put up the Apple sign and they make it look real elaborate, and they take all kinds of orders, and they're like 3 or 4 weeks, and then they disappear. And since they don't use many credit cards there, it's almost all cash business. So what a scam these people have done, using somebody's good name. I mean, it's just really amazing. So I didn't know if you were aware of that.
No, we appreciate that. That's Apple lookalikes, man. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, and they wouldn't even deliver a product. They were just taking orders, and then, when the store would be gone. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's amazing. So, hey, listen, I'm looking at Dow 15,000.
You posted that, Larry, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw that. Someone sent it on to me, and by the Barron's is really good as far as, a contrarian indicator. Tom, you remember this, when the bear market of 2003, they posted the one with the big bear.
Yes.
With the boat, and the bull was pushing him out of the water with the weights on. Do you remember that one?
I do.
Front cover. That was, I think, within two weeks of the absolute bottom.
It was.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
You guys doing a great job. Keep it up.
All right, Larry. Thank you.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Well, yeah, I can't wait.
This is one of these covers that you gotta keep. You gotta store.
No, it's a classic.
Right?
It is absolute classic. There's no doubt about it. And it's not that 15,000 is that far away. You're only 2,200 points away.
No, exactly.
That's easy. You bulls get up and go, man. Let's get it done. Oh man, I'm telling you. Let's go over and look at those wild bonds. Oh, we should have kept Larry on the air when we get and look at those bonds. Okay, so here she comes again, man.
Sideways.
She's not. Yeah, she's not giving it up though.
No.
And what you had? Okay, so 144,000 contracts. She's gonna need a lot more than that right now, but that little baby. Oh yeah, she wants. Look at she just did a move. So she's gonna that move the small one.
Yeah.
10-minute 142.31. You did 143. And with juice, man. Look at the difference. 14.20 on.
As far as getting up into it, right?
Yeah,
right,
5,700 versus 11,000 contracts.
Yeah.
So that's saying you're building costs to get up and over that level.
So volume, we haven't checked out volume yet today. So we're a good hour into the trading session.
You get 151.
Oh, man, nothing, huh?
No, but see, this is good. Because what you actually did, I think we're doing a small ABC.
Yeah.
Not tiny. Okay. So you went to a higher high.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd like to see. I heard you're a bull now.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We had the Dow. Well, we have the Dow up 42, NASDAQ up 16, S&P's up 5.5. We're going to be right back.
TFNN has an exciting announcement. As part of our Go Long America contest, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes will be hosting 4 live in-person workshops that are absolutely free to attend. Denver on February 21st, Spokane on February 22nd, San Francisco on February 23rd, all from 6:30 till 9:30 in the evening, followed up by Boston on Saturday morning, March 3rd. Steve Rhodes will show you how to understand the power of 1% and how to master probability, along with avoiding getting stopped out of trades early, while Tom O'Brien will speak about the intense trading power of Tiger Gartley and butterfly patterns. All of these workshops are completely free to attend. Come see Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes live at one of these free workshops as part of the Go Long America Tour. For more information and to reserve your seat today, visit the front page of TFNN.com and click on the Go Long America Tour banner.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in the equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. You bulls out there better get going. Where's the Hans? Where's the Hans? You get the Dow up 32, NASDAQ up 11, S&Ps are up 4. You get gold down 2, silver's flat, platinum's off 10. You got, there goes the bonds. The bonds are up 4 ticks. Apple is at 498.51, and King Dollar. Let's look at King Dollar, DXH. Now King Dollar, I believe, just got back inside the larger range. So we are 78.89. She's inside there. Watch out. She gets inside there, and she did it. You know, she come down, tested the lows of Friday, rejected them. Friday was a nice day of strength. Got some action to the top side here.
Yeah, the pound, the actual pound, pound dollar currency gave us a sign here on the 8th when it made a bearish engulfing candle after doing a nice retracement. I think the retracement was off of the October 31st low, so did just under a 0.786 retracement, and so that gave a signal of some that it wants to pull back at least into the 156 area. It's trading 157.7 right now. But the euro just keeps hanging out at this 0.382 area. Just going back from its retracement all the way to October 27th. Just keeps hanging out here.
Let's take a look. So, that's a nice setup, though. Look at that. The euro is inside the lower range again. Yeah. That's going to be. Yeah, that says.
Now, at least a normal pullback on this, would take it down to the, let's see here. If this pulls back from, normally you'd make a 0.382 retrace and you pull back to the 120, 129 level. Still hasn't done that.
Yeah, and that's a big pullback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ready to make a Nadex trade.
I am. Well, you're going to love this. I already actually, let's see, so what do I got here? I actually sold, we put this baby up. I actually sold, 60 contracts. So check this out, folks. So this is, if you want to see how, we have a new advertiser, folks, is Nadex, N-A-D-E-X. Come over to our website at TFNN, you hit the Nadex banner, you can open a demonstration account. And see how this works. These are, the ones I'm talking about right now, they're binary options, and that's a yes-no situation. So what I did this morning is that I risked $1,000 to make 5.
Okay.
And what it was, you can see right there, I sold 60 contracts.
Yeah, yeah.
And I sold, so that's, let's see, 1343. So I was saying that, now when this happened, I did this at, I can tell you right what time I did this. Let's see. I had to go look at this confirmation. So the confirmation, Nadex, there she is right there. The confirmation is 808.
Okay.
808. So what happens is this, is that what you're saying is that it's a yes or no situation. Will it close above or below? And you have all these different strike prices.
You're selling it at the highs?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. That's really great.
And so you pick out basically, what you think it can go to. Now, the way I did this, okay, so watch what I did. I went, and this is where, folks, you're still setting up the trade exactly like you'd set up a normal trade inside.
Yeah.
Timing the trade. And what you're going to see is, okay, ESH, you're going to see why I did this one. Let me see, index.
And you chose it to close at below which price? 13?
13.
Is it 43?
Let me pull it up right here. 1343.
1343.
Now watch this. This is what's amazing. So my reward was 5 times my risk.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now all I did is this. Now this is what I love these things. They blow my mind actually. Okay. Because what I did is that I went right down to the last time with volume.
Yeah.
The volume, folks, was at 1339. So I'm saying to myself, okay, hold it, man. We can come back to 1339.
Yeah, you're going into the close on the 10th.
That's right. So I come back to 1339.
Yeah.
So then you take that, okay, where I think I'm going to come back to first. Then I took that, okay, what is my probability?
Yeah.
Well, the fastest way to look at that probability, folks, because it was a 5 to 1, I'm saying to myself, am I going to be right? 1 times out of 5.
Right.
So am I going to be right 20%? That's all I have to be right, and I still got to break even. I like that.
Right.
That's how you look at the larger structure, folks.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely, no question.
In order to lose money, you have to be wrong, 4 times. Well, 5 times. In that case, I have to be wrong 5 times.
That's right.
So we'll see where this shakes out. And of course, this came down, quicker than I thought, which is even better. That all it was doing. Now, I had both sides of this. The first side of it, you see up on this side?
Yeah.
You had 9,200 contracts at 808. You had 6,000 contracts.
Right.
So I was 30% less there, and I was gunning for that down there. Now the way this works, this is kind of neat. I was talking about on Friday that the case of intraday, what they're worth versus at the end.
That's right. And so in this case here, if this were to get down to 1339.
Just so you can see the difference. So right now, even though it's right there, that trade is only positive by 1,200. I could get out of it with 1,200 right now, but I'm not going to. Because of the other side of that, I get out of it with 6,000.
Right.
But in that basis, what I could do, this gets interesting too, actually, because what I could do, I could.
Okay.
I'm not going to right now because I think we're going to go underneath it.
Yeah.
And
so at least you want to make a decision when it's coming into the 1339.50.
That's right.
You start coming in there with real light volume, then you might want to go.
That's right. Absolutely.
Take some bread off.
Absolutely.
The table.
Yeah. And that's right.
Which is cool.
Well, it's huge. So what you do, folks, you take both of those, systems, you put them together, and you say, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So,
I like it.
I know. It's pretty wild, man. I mean, what I've absolutely seen is that when you actually are the timing of these. For what we do, work beyond belief.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
so when you're taking a look at swing point volume, intraday,
that's exactly how I'm doing it.
Staying on a 10-minute chart. You're staying on a 10-minute chart.
That's right.
So you're staying on a 10-minute chart. Just a quick intraday trade.
And you're going for the extremes.
Yeah.
I'm going for the extremes every time. Do you know what I mean? That you make the decision, which you should be doing anyway. You should be making all your decisions at extremes, meaning at the swing points.
Right.
Because it's that's where they talk, walk, and squawk.
Yeah. I love it.
So let's go take a look at the S&P, the SPY. The SPY, let's see what she's got going. Okay, so she's going to need a lot more juice. She's into the gap, but she's, of course, going to need a lot more juice. She got the first one down there at 1340. Now, if you're a bear, what you'd love to see here, folks, is a little bounce up with lighter volume, so you get a small ABC structure on the way down, because it's saying this thing wants to get to 132.98. Looks to me,
Yeah.
And you can get that if you get a bounce with small volume right now.
Yeah. Like you were saying, the SPYs had volume on Friday, 167,000 shares, going into the gap up with 160,000 shares.
Yes.
And that's where I was, saying, hey, folks, what I want to be able to see is some conviction to break down through here.
That's right.
So like the small caps.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely, man.
Small caps are absolutely saying, okay, it was kind of screaming, where they closed on Friday, because they were going into 46 million shares, came down with 42, but really where the gap up was 72, and it gave it up.
And you have it right now. If we look at the small caps right now, they're also a lot weaker. Because what you have, remember we just pulled up the S&P. The number I had given you on the S&P, the correlation inside the small caps would be 81.58, and you're already at 81.73.
Yeah.
So that wants to get into that.
Yeah.
And once you get into that, folks, what you'll see is that, do you get a rejection right at the 81.58? Because there's you very well could, but if you don't, oh, baby,
Yeah. Now, we're curious. Now, so in the case of small caps, because, we had that gap up, and the small caps gave us a big signal on the 9th, on Thursday.
Yep.
And it created a bearish engulfing candle for all of the prior candle
sessions. And look at that. That's a bearish engulfing over 3 dojis.
Yes, exactly.
Which is pretty intense.
That's right. So, that was giving a signal, and obviously the giveaway was Friday when it went ahead and gapped down like the rest of the marketplace. Right. So, it's important for it to get now probably inside this February 2nd, inside that range.
Yes.
And what is interesting is that, we take a look at the at the IWM. I know there's some colors up here, but you had a Tiger Gartley, sub 0.786 Gartley. Now that failed. And that fails, that says you're going to go up to the swing point high, the X point.
Or a butterfly.
Well, and there was a butterfly that failed.
Okay.
So you had 2 patterns that were actually failing here, and it gapped up. So, that's one of the reasons why I'm looking for. Now, you could have played the small caps. You could have played the Russell 2000 this morning instead of the SPYs. On the Nadex trade.
Oh, absolutely.
You could have, so you could have played the Russell as well.
Absolutely. The reason that I played I could have done it. The reason that I was playing, now this is where, folks, you want to wrap your head around Europe also, is that when I went over to Europe, I started looking at the FTSE. I'm saying to myself, the FTSE didn't want to give it up. Okay?
No, it was at its highs this morning. It was at the top.
It absolutely did not want to give it up, right?
Yeah.
And then I went from there over to the DAX, though, and I said, the DAX is talking big time, because you can see what happened. The DAX got that at 67.74.
Yeah.
And all that was, folks, was the lows from the last week.
Yeah.
And I says, I'm going to go with the DAX, because the DAX has been leading us up and leading us down.
Yeah.
It's been a better indication as to where these babies want to go.
Yeah.
So.
And in the case of the DAX, the DAX completed the A to B equals C to D.
Oh, it did.
It's like exact.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's within such few pennies that you're like, how does it do that?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. How does it actually do that?
I know.
And so that actually set up a Gartley sell pattern as well.
Right.
So the DAX certainly...
Which has been successful thus far. Right.
It has.
Yeah, right.
It has. Yeah, it has. It absolutely has. Now, I didn't have the volume on Friday as it came off of that ABC pattern.
So we're looking the DAX at 60, and there she is. Expansion of volume. Look at it. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one, man. You're talking 228 million. You topped out at 221 and 143, and 355 is. Where that baby wants to get into. 355 million, so that's at 64.20. And right now you're at 67.31.
Yeah. And I was really expecting, overnight when they announced that they were, going to sign for the umpteenth time, some austerity.
7 o'clock our time.
Was it 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. It was 7 o'clock.
That the news would be sold pretty quickly.
It's getting so old now, it's just an absolute mind blower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This all has to do with, folks, to me it has to do with common sense. And the common sense, if I was in Greece, I'd tell the banks to go take a hike. Flat out.
Why?
Because I'm putting myself in their position. They haven't paid for so long. They don't want to pay. They got a good lifestyle.
Okay.
And listen, don't think for folks. You know what's amazing to me? What's amazing to me? People think that Greece is a mess. Okay, they're right. Greece is not a mess. These people have a good life. They just don't want to work.
Yeah.
It's like, so that culture doesn't change overnight. It's not going to happen. They have a huge underground economy.
Yeah.
They have all these pools. They don't pay their bills.
Yeah.
They don't pay the government. And that's not going to change overnight.
Yeah.
There's no way a society can change overnight like that.
Yeah.
So the quickest way for them, and I think half of them know it, hey, tell the banks to go take a hike, go back to the drachma, big deal. Who cares? Not the end of the world. It's the end of the world for the banks that hung in. It's the end of the world for hedge funds that bought the thing thinking they're going to get something out of it.
Yeah.
And that again is a different correlation ethically versus what they should do.
Yeah.
They're pros on cheating on taxes. They're not even pros on cheating. No one pays taxes.
That's
the government doesn't even pay their taxes. No one pays taxes. Forget it, man. Forget it. Oh my God.
So Priceline is on the move.
PCLN.
Yeah, up $20. It was taken on its swing point this morning. And see if it's still up over. I think it's got to stay up over 561.88. And
look at that.
Yeah.
That's a mean machine.
Huh?
That's a mean machine.
Yeah. Now I wonder if can you pull up this Shatner? Does he show how many shares?
I can.
Wonder if he.
Let's see. PHDC.
Because that certainly turned out to be a great deal.
Let's see. So what we're looking at right now, folks, is the actual. He might have this under a funds too. I mean, under a trust.
Okay.
But let's just see. Turner. Let's see. What we're looking for is William Shatner, folks, as to how many shares he owns, and I believe he owns a lot more than this. So he's got this under a trust, which would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're back down to 57,000.
Right.
And what has happened is that they decided not to use him anymore, which is going to get interesting because now what they're trying to do is that they're trying to get into the aspect that buy now. So I was over the site. Yeah, it's
really?
kind of interesting. Yeah.
So they're changing their business model.
Yeah, they want to buy. They want you to buy now on these different deals versus the auction type of thing.
Okay, so going after Expedia and the
exactly.
other. Okay,
exactly.
Cool.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you tigers and tigresses, you stay right there. We get the Dow up 26, Nasdaq up 11, S&Ps are up 4. We're going to be right back. Oh, look at my
precision edge in the market, something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. I should get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, and we are going on a Go Long America tour, folks, starting next Tuesday. So if you do want to come to the workshops, we're going to be in Denver, Colorado, Tuesday night at the Marriott Tech Center, 6:30 to 9:30. Spokane, Washington at the Doubletree, Spokane City from 6:30 to 9:30. That's Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to be in the San Francisco Intercontinental from 6:30 to 9:30. And then on March 3rd, we're going to be in Boston at the Boston Brilliant Marriott, 9 to 12.
Yeah, the road tour.
We're going to be growling and prowling with you all there. And we do appreciate, of course, buying the book. And you guys, all those cities won. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's get down to Costa Rica. Hey, Rico, what's happening?
Buenos dias, amigos.
Buenos dias. And I wish I knew how to speak Spanish. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Well, throw yourself down here, and you have no choice but to learn to speak Spanish.
Yeah,
that's an easy way to.
I can wrap my head around that. I could definitely wrap my head around that.
Yeah. It's funny. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Steve, I heard you the other day. You're really a sincere, good man. When I called up to speak about the word regardless.
Yes.
You spoke the next day, and I just meant to give you the positive use of the word and
absolutely, and I hope that's how you interpreted it as well. I'm very
Are they correct in their English?
K. Rico is a second person, and actually I try to even try to catch myself. But what happens is...
Rico, he's at the Tom O'Brien School of English. the poor guy is scarred for life.
Oh, man. What happens is, just like everybody has a pattern. You get caught in your patterns, and it just becomes so ingrained.
Yeah.
That, unless you really focus on it.
Oh, let me tell you something, man.
I
have no idea how I got into this business with my English.
I love it.
Oh, my God.
It is patterns, though, and for some reason, many years ago when I started listening to Earl Nightingale, who was the voice for Think and Grow Rich for Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
There was a It was a phrase that gentleman used. Earl Nightingale had the most beautiful voice to listen to on a cassette tape.
Yes.
But he used to say this phrase, and I listened to it and I wrote it down, and I've always repeated it in my mind. And the phrase is this: most functions of the brain are simply lying dormant, waiting to be awakened.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's a very heavy statement.
Yeah, it is. No, and I think that's a fact. I mean, I think that, you know, is, well, think about it. You know, if you think about just society in general, they told us years ago that, you know, your brain cells keep diminishing. Well, now they know that, yeah, they might diminish, but the reality is as long as you work them out, they actually get bigger when you grow older.
Yeah.
So, you know, that has changed. I mean, you know, so, I mean, listen, as soon as they changed that, you know, you can eat meat on a Friday and not going to go to hell, I knew everything could change.
Well, they also have said, and I saw it the other last month on a radio, on a TV show, about learning a second language is very good from preventing Alzheimer or prolonging, if it's going to happen to an individual. The brain using a new language has more fighting power and stuff like that.
That makes sense. Absolutely.
Well, we're trying to teach the language of charting.
And that, no,
you know,
listen,
this is a language.
This is absolutely a language.
Yeah.
This is absolutely a language. There's no doubt about it. And actually, the financial terms in general, and if you just, depending on where you are on that line, folks, that learning line, you don't have to know everything at once. And what I suggest, you take one at a time and learn them big time, and then you go on to the next one. You know, I remember when I first was getting in this business, I was looking, I says, oh my God, you got to know so much. There's so many, and then one at a time, and you're going to be really surprised that boom, 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 they start piling up, and then it's just like, you know, football, baseball, whatever it is, you know, you get all the different things moving. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. We got Basil Chapman coming up next from Newton, Massachusetts. And then we're going out to Larry Pesavento, 12 to 1. Back here with David, myself, right here. Don't forget, folks, if you do want to go long America, Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, sign up now because we're going to be sold out of all of them. Have a great one.
Take care, folks.